What happens next is the most unexpected moment in wrestling history. This will change everything you thought you knew about their rivalry. Subscribe and hit that bell right now because you have to see this to believe it. The wrestling world has been holding its breath since the brutal clash at the castle in Paris. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, was left broken and battered, his historic reign hanging by a thread after a vicious assault. The problem is a history that can never be erased. For years, Jon Moxley and Roman Reigns have been on opposite sides of the war, representing different companies and opposing ideologies. The challenge is overcoming a decade of animosity, betrayal, and violence to address the elephant in the room, their unbreakable bond as brothers. The climax was a scene of surreal silence. In leaked footage from the hospital hallway, Jon Moxley, not as the Death Rider, but in a simple hoodie and jeans, is seen walking calmly into Roman Reigns' room. Reigns, hooked to IVs and monitors, looks up, his expression shifting from pain to sheer disbelief. There are no words at first. Moxley pulls up a chair and sits beside the bed. The two men, who once ruled the world together, simply look at each other. After a long pause, Moxley finally speaks, his voice low and steady. They went too far. This wasn't the way. Reigns, too proud to show weakness, simply replies, it's the only way they know. In that moment, a decade of hatred seemed to dissolve into a mutual, unspoken understanding. This exploration reveals the profound depth of this encounter. This wasn't about companies or championships. This was about legacy and brotherhood. Moxley, despite their differences, still sees Reigns as his brother. He wasn't there to gloat or attack, he was there to acknowledge the line that had been crossed by Reed and Breaker, a line he himself would never cross. For Reigns, this was a humbling moment. The man he once called his brother, whom he has fought for years, was the only one who truly understood the gravity of the situation. This meeting suggests that, despite their paths, the bond of the Shield is eternal, and when faced with a common enemy, old alliances can be remembered. In summary, Jon Moxley visited an injured Roman Reigns in the hospital, setting aside years of rivalry to share a moment of respect and understanding, hinting at a possible reunion against their common enemies. This changes everything. Is the Shield reforming? What does this mean for WWE? Sound off in the comments below. For the most emotional and breaking news, you need to be subscribed. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell for instant notifications. The world of wrestling just turned upside down.